Having an amazing session so far. I mean, if it's been a great session, let me just hear you say, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to dive right into the next session. And this session is going to speak on clarity and strategy for 2025. Now, this is a very important aspect of this event. So I would love to crave your indulgence. I would love to urge you to please pay close attention throughout this next session. For this, I would like to bring back on stage a Superman. He is no other than Mr. Kennedy, Ekezie, once more. Please let us celebrate him as he comes back for the next session.
Thank you. Some seats are empty, so if we have friends who are still out, let's nudge them to come back in. How are we feeling? Are we tired? Are we refreshed? All right, we better be. We'll give it about 30 seconds for those who are still out to join us. But maybe while we wait, how was our breakout session earlier? How do we find the conversations? Two people want to share. Okay, these people, I love this group. You guys were really, all right.
I really want to appreciate my group member. We're a fantastic set of individuals.
Wow. Did you know each other before today?
No, we all been here and we connected so beautifully. So, all right, so our group session was really insightful and we were very vulnerable. I think that was how we connected. We shared a very vulnerable part of our 2024 and everybody could just relate, like we all could relate with it. So I think that was just why we bonded so easily. Thank you.
Well done. Okay. All right, any other group that's this cute?
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Kiva, and our group, I think what I loved the most about our breakout session was how we were learning from each other's stories. And for the second exercise where we had to share the challenge we had, biggest challenge, and how we shaped our year, I think we all tried to pull out the lessons and make lemonade out of lemon type of thing. Yeah, so I think that was the highlight for me, and yeah, it was a great session.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. We'll go to the back.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is BC, and I'm an event planner. So in our own breakout session, we all knew each other. We are from the same community, we're friends. Oh. But in this discussion, it helped us to now celebrate each other's wins. So of course we see ourselves, hello, how are you doing? But in this session, this person talked about her wins, especially with her business, this other person, and it just showed how much each individual had expanded in their businesses, aside us just seeing ourselves and greeting ourselves. And then in the challenges, we also got to then advise one another. The people that had issue with staff, how things have gone out of way, people that didn't make much profit on this or sales and all of that. And it was just a very great experience. It was eye-opening. It was insightful. We also got to advise one another. And it also got to celebrate one another. It was a good one. Thank you.
That's lovely. Wonderful. Thank you so much, PC. Yeah, please help retrieve the mic. But that was the goal for that, to also help us reflect individually, but to even learn more about what we consider wins in the context of other people. And it sounds like the session helped us achieve that. So moving forward, what we're going to spend the next 30 minutes or so doing is we're now going to step a little bit more into 2025. And like we said at the beginning of this session, one of the mistakes we make when we set goals is we have wish lists. There's so many good things we want to do, and it comes from a great place, but we don't do a good enough job of prioritizing. We don't do it, we write all these things and then we're so deflated. How do I take the first step across the 20 things I say I want to do? And maybe we try it for 2 days, and then after 2 days, we go back to default. One thing that we would always do, the default setting of our psyche, is to go back to familiarity. What are we most familiar with? It's muscle memory. So we have to set goals in a way that defeats muscle memory, that allows us to take a step, a small step and a small one and an incrementally bigger one till we get to the goals that we want to achieve. And we're going to do that in an interesting way today. So we're going to imagine 2025. Let everyone do this. Please close your eyes with me for 30 seconds. Just close your eyes. And imagine it's the 31st of December, 2025. And you just woke up. It's a very bright and sunny morning. You're sitting at the edge of your bed. And your curtains are open, and so the sun rays are hitting you. And you woke up that morning, the last day of the year, is the eve of 2026. But you woke up that morning feeling really proud of yourself. You feel really happy. You feel stronger. You feel more confident. You're really impressed with how you tackle the year. You're impressed with all the decisions you made, the things you started doing, the things you stopped doing, all the areas in which you improved on the strengths you already had, the new customers you started to work with, the difficult ones you stopped working with, the things around you, the decisions you made in your family, in your relationships, in your friends, with your friends, the hard conversation you've been staving off for years that it's finally time to have, that you had this year. All of those things are making you feel really proud of yourself. For the first time in many years, as opposed to feeling a sense of dread for the new year, you actually feel really excited for 2026 and you're looking forward to it. You actually really can't wait to see what it holds. And you're excited to go again, set your goals, because you know that the same you who hit and achieved your goals this year would do it again next year. So remember, you're on the edge of your bed and you're reflecting on this year. As you think back, you're thinking back, to September, you're thinking back to June, you're thinking back to March, and you're thinking about all the decisions you made this year. Now, what I want you to do is write down those decisions you made this year that are leaving you feeling the way you're feeling now, really proud of yourself. What are those decisions you made? Not things that happened to you by circumstance or by, an act of God. But what were those decisions you made that you know are responsible for you feeling the way you're feeling right now? Write them down. What are the decisions you made? Not life happening to you. What are the very specific things you did? Not, I was more courageous this year. But what specific act of courage did you demonstrate that helped make your year go the way it did and leaving you feeling proud of your year and looking forward to the new year? Please write it down. And I guess we know where to write it. Flip to the Imagining 2025 section of the handout you have. What decision did you make to unlock this limitless self? To unlock the highest version of yourself possible this year? Those online, please join us, participate in this exercise. Please write it down. Please remember, these are decisions you made yourself. Not, I was walking on the road and I picked 5 million. That's good, but it's not a decision you made. Okay. Assuming we're done with that, what helped you get there? What helped you get there? So it may be I joined a community of professionals of similar kind. Um, I went to more networking events. I went to church more because some of us need that. I stopped texting that foolish person who keeps hurting my heart. I hired more staff. What helped you get there? What helped you get there? Okay, so let's bust that bubble a little bit. And you woke up that day and you didn't feel any of those things we described. And you're really afraid of the new year. You're really disappointed. This year just went the way every year goes. You know, it comes and goes, and every day feels like every day. And I did not achieve much. I did not make any big decisions this year. Based on everything you know about yourself and your weaknesses, what are all the reasons why you did not achieve your goals this year? Maybe you're not confrontational. When things get hard, you run away. What are all the things, based on what you know about yourself, honestly? Why did you fail to achieve your goals this year? Okay. I'd actually like to hear from a few people. Can someone help us run with the mic around? Yes, please help us. I'd like to hear from a few people what some of the goals. So we'll start here and we'll go around. Yeah, so let's start with her. The lady in the back, then we'll come.
Good afternoon. So am I to outline what I wrote? Yes. Okay, so my name is Toby, and I run a business. So I outlined that I want to do more sales revenue in 2025 with visible profit. And sorry, please, a moment. Yeah, with visible profit. I also outlined that I was going to lose weight and look better and have a better relationship with God.
I think you look great already. So
Thank you. Have a better relationship with God. And then I stated how I was going to get there was financial structure for my business. That's placing myself on a salary, separating business and personal funds, a proper structure basically. Then also for my health, I outlined that I was going to eat better and work out properly. Why I feel like I would not achieve this at the end of the day: procrastination, the feeling that I have more time, inability to say no and not setting boundaries, overconfidence.
what do you mean overconfidence?
Probably in April, I do a massive sales, and then there is a feeling of, oh, if you did this, you can do it again, and then maybe, oh, if you want a profit of 50 million in December, don't worry, even if you start in October, you may achieve it by that December. So
I see.
Yeah.
So to go back to especially the first goal with your business to get more sales and increase your revenue, what specific decisions would you, as you look back on the year, like I made this very specific decision? Do you have that level of specificity when you think about it for decisions you can make to grow your business and increase your revenue? So maybe you need to run sales, something like what you said.
Okay, so it's
produce
basically
more.
like defining more structure, and then the ability to like keep data that I can always look back on, maybe every month, and then I'm like, okay, this didn't do this, and I want to do this differently. The ability to have data that you can always point back to say, this is where it's not really going great, and these are the things that I can do, maybe in reviewing prices and all of those things.
Okay, great. I think you have great intentions, but I want to push you a little bit more. Not on the spot, but I want you to, and maybe this is homework I want to give to you, Toby, right?
Yes, please.
I want you to think more about, very specifically, what are those things that you need to do to, what is the problem? Is the problem poor accounting? Is the problem you are targeting the wrong customers? There's 1,000 things that could be wrong, but you need to get very specific. What problem should you be solving for? Because you may solve one problem, but that's not really what the problem was. And if you can, email the specific responses. I'd love to read them. I promise I'll reply if I read them, but I want to push you to get much more specific on that, because without that level of clarity, it's really going to be difficult for you to take the first step. We will be caught in that place where we really want to, our heart is in the right place, but we wake up and you're like, God, what do I do? There's 1 billion steps I could take, but where do I even start? In what direction do I turn? But if you know, okay, the problem is I need to get this type of customer, then okay, where do I find them? You almost like have a way to go. So I want you to break that down much further. Like break it down like you want to give a 5-year-old a task to go and do, because we have to negotiate with ourselves that way. But well done, and wishing you all the success in the world.
Thank you very much.
Okay, wait, let's go to someone who hasn't. Let's go to Esther. and then we'll go to the lady next to her. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so for the things that I would have accomplished that would have made me really happy, number one, hosting an event in Festac or Amuodofin where I stay, because most of all these kind of events don't usually happen on the mainland, or at least in my experience, they usually happen here, and I'm always complaining that they don't so organize in my side. So now I want to be the day and organize it. Then I also want to do an outreach for dyslexia, where I'm focusing on. Yeah, so I've been pushing it forward, but if I can do that, I'll be really happy. And then to be consistent with my content on Instagram. And then, yeah, physical fitness as well. What helped me get there? Hiring a team, getting a team of people to work with me, because I like working alone, but there's just so much I can do alone. Then getting closer to God. Then stop binge watching SNL. Then networking with people, networking with more people that make me feel more challenged, and then joining one of the outreaches that's already happening, so I can start from there before I do my own. And then what did I do to achieve? Right? Sorry. Okay, my weaknesses. Procrastinating due to fear of success, as well as fear of failure.
Let's come back to that, but go on, please.
Okay, then, reels, shorts, stories, all those things that distract. Then very colorful excuses. Then thriving in the vagueness of the idea, the big picture, and refusing to break down into details. Yes.
Wow. You nailed it. That last one is, thriving in the grandiosity of, and then when it comes to time to take the first step, all of a sudden it doesn't look sexy anymore. We all, we're out there. But what did you mean? The first thing you said, the first, being afraid of success. What does that look like?
Okay, so personally, I mean, I say it that I want to, grow my audience, have more people. But then whenever, I don't know how to describe it in terms, but with my experience, whenever I have a surge, or somebody from somewhere replies to something, or I recently posted something and one woman from one country replied, that's what she did, and I was like, Jesus, you're seeing me. Oh my God, you're seeing me. So it was that kind of thing. I don't know I term it that, but I don't know how to describe it or define it. Yeah.
It's a very real fear. Well done. I really admire the I don't know how to put it, the self-awareness of, it's great, because, everyone here can relate. That's the reason why you hear people muttering, because you're saying things we all know to be true. And knowing it is 50% of the work, stating it with as much clarity, and then taking intentional steps. Like when that woman replies, you actually be like, oh, hey, yes, sure, of course, they see me, and more people I deserve this, and it should come my way more often. So preparing for success is actually very, very tedious, because a lot of times, even when we're doing things, we don't believe it will be successful. Deep down, we don't believe, and maybe we don't even want it to be, because what would we do with all that success? But I wish you all the success, and, you'll deal with it if it comes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. This lady, yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Oluremi. So, in 2025, I think I want some, self-development. I want to really develop myself in 2025. Then I have a business idea. I already know the business. Then travel more. What will happen when I get there? That's the next one.
Yes.
So the self-development, I will attend more conferences, paid and unpaid conference, then learn from the YouTube. So I think I have the plan to stay on YouTube, to learn from YouTube 30 minutes every day, because I learned now, learning from YouTube is a free university now, so I've taken up that. Then invest in the new business idea, that I have already. Then apply for visas myself, not going through agents and all that to travel wherever I want to travel to. Then keeping record in my new business idea. Then what I think, why did you fail to achieve these goals? I think fear, particularly about the business, new business idea. I know the business already. I have the fund already, but now the business is, I don't want to mention the business anyway because it's everywhere, is everywhere. So, but the fear of, okay, I am just coming out as a new brand, and are people going to accept it? Because it's what they can get everywhere, it's what they can see everywhere. So,
Don't mind sharing. What is it?
Okay, it's a food business, but not cooked food, raw food. So I already know, I have the idea of this is how I want my brand to be. The branding is not a problem. The font is not a problem. Then the sauce is not even a problem. But the only fear, the thing I'm just okay, when I push it out, are they going to accept it from me? That's the only thing holding it back now. But I think that's all.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm hearing people saying different things. We have the unknown imposter syndrome, but thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I want to give you same push that I gave to Toby, which is, I think, especially on the first three things you said, one, which is developing yourself, getting very specific. What does a developed you look like? I'm not saying you should tell me, but think through that yourself. Do you want to learn more things? Do you want to learn more things in a very specific area? Are there specific skills that you want to improve? If you get very granular, it makes things easy. And even your 30 minutes on YouTube every day is very concentrated. It's very concentrated. If you want to break down this room and you had a Monday hammer, you're likelier to get the wall down if you're hitting at a particular point and make a dent in one place. It's much easier for you to break the walls down than you hit here today, hit here tomorrow, hit here next. It's just when you concentrate effort in a particular direction. And honestly, with most success, you just have to be right. You just have to be good at one thing, and then you're successful. And that's really contagious. Think of the most successful people. Beyonce is good at singing and dancing, I guess, and she's a wildly successful person. Lionel Messi is good at kicking around, round leather, and he's a very successful person. So just, what would that be for you? Is it in your business? Is it, all that thing? So get very specific, on that. And what you said about your business, I get it. I understand. I completely understand. But that is honestly a fear that would vanish in 2 days. Once you launch the business and you find out that answer you're afraid of, then it's done. You have new things to worry about. So, it almost feels like you're about to jump into an ice bath. Water is really cold, and that first 2 seconds is going to pinch. For once it's done pinching for 2 seconds, you're kind of used to it anyway. So that's what it would feel like. The only advice here is just do it, and you're in a great position where the source, the funds, the business idea is not a problem. Come on, You've got it all. You've got it all. But not to diminish the fear you have, because it's really real. But just go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Okay, we'll take 2 more. Okay, we'll come here. Yes. Please let me know how much time we have if we're running. I'm happy to take as many as possible. But, we're on a clock. So we'll see as many as we can do.
Okay, my name is Sharifa Yunus.
Hi, Sharifa.
I am the creator of natural seasoning in Nigeria.
Natural seasoning?
Yeah,
Okay.
I produce natural seasoning. So, my dream. I moved to Abuja, opened a store there, got great schools for my kids, got a beautiful home, and got a store for the Lagos arm of business, then grow my reach. Okay, so I've been running my business for about 10 years, and I think it's about time to move. And Abuja is our second largest location that we sell. And I feel that some things would work better for me there. One of the things I shared earlier on was one of the greatest things that happened to me in 2024 was that I ended a 21-year relationship, my marriage. And it was tough, but it was something I needed to do. So it's one of the reasons I want to move. In 2023, I had lots of exposure. I had a interview by Reuters under their Trailblazer series. I also was interviewed by DW, BBC, and a whole list of international news. So I think that it's about time to take that decision, not because Lagos isn't good, but I need a change for the business and for myself. Okay, so how to get there? I saved more, create more content. It was something I didn't really do last year, and I feel that, I know that my content creation led to the whole lot of exposure I had. So I want to do more of that. I created a show called Cooking with Sharifa, where I use our natural seasoning to cook, inviting celebrities and travel bloggers. So I've had travel bloggers from different parts of the world in my kitchen. But I didn't really do much last year. So it's something I want to do. I know it will help the business and help me move to Abuja. Okay, so yes, I need to employ a staff that the major job is creating content. I mean, I procrastinate on it. I have lots of videos on my phone, but just editing, it's a whole lot of problem. I had before the person left, and I've not really gotten another. So it's one thing I need to do so that my exposure and reach continues to grow. Okay, therapy. I think in Nigeria, we don't think that therapy is something very important. We think it's an Oyibo thing. I have started therapy, and it's been helpful, but I'm not very consistent. So I think it's one thing that might halt my growth in terms of my mental health being. Allowing what people say to distract me. My business is quite popping up virtually. It's called SMD Nigeria, that's the IG name, and gives people say a lot, and it ends up affecting me. I am not the kind of people you ordinarily expect dressed this way. I have reached places that you might not think people like me would reach, and this caused a lot of talk. People say maybe I'm not doing something right or whatever, and maybe some bit of envy, and I allow it to distract me. I don't want to move out. I don't want to go out because everywhere I go, people hear my voice and like, oh, is that SMD? And then I just don't want to go out. So I have to stop allowing what people say affect me. Lastly, if I don't move to Abuja, thinking that I won't move, it's a fear. I need to move for so many reasons, business, personal, I need to move. So the fear of not moving might stop me from doing more.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. I really admire how much clarity, especially with the things that you know you need to do. I'm also a big fan of moving to Abuja because it's much saner than this place. So, if all of you can move, but well done, and I wish you all the success in the world. It sounds like you're someone who's used to making big, bold decisions in favor of your future, and I think that's just a skill that we all need. We all need to be able to make big, bold decisions in favor of our future. That's literally what it means to sacrifice the present for the future. Making hard decisions now that you 10 years from now will be really grateful for. And there are many times in our lives where we are going to do that. So it's not just a one-time thing. You do it once, but I believe that people who build that muscle early will achieve much more long-term success than those who don't. So, well done. Well done. I want to state more. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bolanli, and I'm an event planner and decorator. So for some years, I felt so lost, unfulfilled, and without purpose. I felt like I was just floating without direction. And there was a lot of expectation from people around me. My father, he was expecting so much. So he was always calling me to tell me that I sent you to school, you went to law school, you don't want to practice. And I'm like, okay, that's talk for another day. So I just felt without purpose that that's not what I want. I just needed to find my own way, right? I decided to go into events, and I did. I was clueless too. So, sorry. And when I started this event business, right, I was doing it for the fun of it, because I really wanted to do events, right? I love doing it. So I was making little or no profit. Then about 2 years ago, I told myself that I needed to change my mindset about certain things. I needed to change some things. Then 2023, towards the end of 2023, I said, going into 2024, there are certain things that I need to change. Pricing. I'm not going to price like I have no responsibility. I'm not going to just allow you price me like you're pricing fish in the market. I need to change some things. And I set a standard for myself. I'm not going below this standard. And I told myself that not everyone is going to pay for my services. I'm going to tell you, this is my worth, and you either take it or leave it. So with that mindset, I started doing some things, and trust me, 2024 was a very, very beautiful year for me. And for the very first time, I felt really fulfilled, like extreme. I was, when you told us to write this, and I was just smiling, like, this 2024 is just so great. I wish I can go into detail, because if I start talking now, I won't leave here. So, what do I want to say now? Yeah? So 2025, what I want to do now, I need to work on my public speaking. I can talk when I'm with my people. I can talk and talk, but when it comes to facing the crowd, like I'm doing right now, I'm literally forgetting all the things that I want to say. So I need to really work on that. And one thing I really, really want to do in 2025, first, get out of this country, not for relocation. I need somewhere to relax. I'm gonna say, I've never been out of this country. Yeah. And I really wish I can go out, sit by the water, relax, then think about next thing to do. I have a whole lot of things to do, but I need to relax first. Because for so many years, I've got so many things in this small head or big head. So I really need to take it off. I'm glad with the steps that I took in 2024. I'm super grateful that it's worked out beautifully well for me. And I'm looking forward to reapplying the same method, and I'm looking forward to getting greater results. And I'm looking forward to meeting people that are ready to hold my hands and pull me up. Because, yes, I'm really ready to learn. That's it. And things that I need to change. Hey, Jesus, procrastination. I can procrastinate for Africa. I'm always, like she said, there's time. So I'm always I always need these people around me to pinch me. No, there's no time. And I'm really grateful for some people around me. I have this particular set of people, when I tell them, oh, I want to do this thing, but I'll do it tomorrow. And they'll be like, no, there's no tomorrow. Do it right now. And there's one word, one phrase that I held on to towards the end of 2024, do it afraid. Whatever you want to do that doesn't make you feel afraid, it has no value. But once you want to do something and it makes you really feel afraid and makes you ask yourself questions, can I do this? Go for it. So 2025, I'm doing it afraid.
Well done. Well done, and congrats on the success last year was, and in many ways, I hope that's replicated this year. I'm not sure how much more time we have for more, but can we take like one or two more? Okay, all right. Okay, no, let's go to the back. That's true, no guy has spoken since we started.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Christopher Abba. I'm actually a business developer, and I've always want to achieve a lot of things when it comes to sports generally. I've gone on so many trials for football. It never worked out. But actually last year, I went to watch Manchester United game as a Manchester United fan. And I happened to come across this football fan stripe. They are the one that do have interviews with Nigerian Super Eagles players, and they have CAF for AFCON qualifiers. So actually, I started live match analysis with them so far, so good. That was one of my achievements last year. And now I plan to go fully the live shows with them. Now, what helped me get there was the fact that I never gave up on sports, even when Manchester United was playing badly and woefully, as we all know. I kept supporting my club, and when I watch these games, they keep on watching me and see that I still have the passion for my club, and even in the sense that we are playing woefully. And that gave them the courage to call me up, and I kept doing the analysis for them, and so far so good. My videos have been with them. My plan is to go live with them very soon before the end of this year runs out. And my greatest fear that I will not do that is not pushing myself. Not pushing myself towards that. That is one. Two, another achievement I wish to have before the end of this year is opening my own business. I have a plan for palm oil business in Nigeria. I have the plans of, I already got ideas of the venue, the place where I want it opened, the sector, where I will get this palm oil from, the source, what I need to run this business. But my only challenge is the finance to run this business. Because I know where I can get palm oil at a cheaper rate, at the season where I can get it at a cheaper rate, and wait for the season where it's hard to get to sell. So my greatest fear is not getting the finance for that. And my greatest achievement will be opening that business before the end of this year. Thank you.
Thanks. So on the first thing you said, just hold on to the mic. You're not pushing yourself enough. What does pushing yourself in the context of that goal you want to achieve look like?
In the sense of not going for the live show event, because I work and it does not give me the time to always be available for the live show. But I know with time I will find a way of pushing myself there.
So what do you think? What do you suspect you would have to do? What sacrifices do you suspect you would have to make to do this? Okay, to do that, most times I leave late. Instead of leaving as early as when I close, I try to leave late because I'm trying to cut costs. So I think most times I have to spend that cost now to get that done. I see. Yeah. I see. Okay. Great. Thank you. What's your name again? Christopher. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll take one more gent. Okay. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
My name is Temitokwe Kundayo. I'm a serial entrepreneur. My case is quite different. Last year, I was opportune to exit one of my businesses, so good for me. But then you get to a point, what next, right? What do you do? And I've been in a block. And I think it's a case of, okay, what do I do next? Because I seem to be good at almost everything I try to do. And in a case, it's not being bragging, it's just maybe a gift. And so trying to go forward, I decided to do a consultancy, right, to bring my experience of what I've been doing, something similar to you. And in a short point, it's gone well. It's done actually very well. And I'm scared. I'm like, okay, I should not do this. But then something keeps saying going. But I miss the fact of that high octane work, the fact where I had a product business that I was doing. And I'm be looking for that thing again. I want to go back into it. While everybody has been saying, you do too much, I feel I'm not even doing enough. Because why? I'm mentoring quite a lot of businesses. I see where they are growing and scaling in from the day I start talking to them. And I want to get back to that because I basically draft up the plans for these people to get to where they are. So I know I've done it multiple times. So what do you advise to this case? The bug of entrepreneurship keeps biting and it's been gnawing at me and I cannot stop. But I need to know, how do you find yourself or how do you find the next thing to do? And I know because you've been in this situation before. Thank you.
Wow, wasn't expecting that. We talked about it a little bit earlier, I guess before you came. You know, what the compass for, what that compass should be to help you navigate your way to what you should be working on. And it stems from what you want to do with your life. You know, we earlier on discussed business as a vehicle for the attainment of your ultimate life mission. And I believe that to be the case. So if the bug of entrepreneurship is biting again, it is, and you say, you know, you can do very many things. So it is, well, what do I want to do with my life? Like, really, what do I want to do with my life? If you're the sort of person who can jump into something and you have a good chance of making it successful, then that's a good problem to have, because maybe you better just jump into something that would imbue you with meaning for a very long time. And maybe it's worth spending some time thinking about, what do I want to be known for? Not what business do I want to be known for, oh, I'm the CEO of this, but what do I want to be known for? When I'm 80 years old or when I leave this world and my Wikipedia bio is written, what do I want to be that top thing? When people think about me, what do I want that to be? And not just because you want that to be the right reputation or for PR, but genuinely, what would I do that even if I wasn't going to get wealthy from doing it, this is something that would make me happy. So maybe is he helping businesses? I don't know. You know that very well. Is he jumping into something? And I think for the high octane, and no matter what anyone is doing, you can bring in, you can run anything like it's a publicly traded company. You know, if you can have a shoe shine business and run it like a publicly traded company and grow really big. You can. There's almost nothing that you're doing that consultancy, that's the McKinseys of the world. Like, you can run it that way and then infuse those things you like, high energy, you're always on the edge, you want, I could fail, I could succeed. That thrill that you know very well, you could infuse it into whatever it is you're doing. So I think that part is a feature that you can bring into anything. But what is that thing that you're going to bring it into? That's the ultimate question. And it's okay to take some time to figure that out. It's okay, actually. It's okay to take some time. And honestly, I would say when it's time for you to jump back in, you would know, you would feel it. And when you get that urge that you can't resist, especially for a very specific mission, idea, then go for it and see if that's something that, fills you with meaning. That's what I would say. Yeah. Okay, so we're running behind time, and I want us to, round this off. And the next session is going to be really, really, quick. So we'll flip to the next page and just define our why a little bit. There are all these things we say we want to accomplish this year. There are all the accomplishments that we want to hit. So when we did the reflective exercise of thinking back to the end of this year and then reflecting, and we say, these are the things I did, these are the decisions I made that left me feeling proud of myself. I want us to itemize them and answer a few questions in relation to them. So the page we should go to is the one that says defining your why, where we have 3 rows and 3 columns each that allow us list out those accomplishments. And then we're going to be answering 2 very important questions. So just copy out your accomplishments from the previous page. The first is, why does this goal matter to you? Why does this decision matter to you? And who is served by your success? You want your business to thrive. Who is served by that success? And it's okay for it to be me and my pocket and my G-Wagon, but ultimately, who is served by that success? And be very honest about that. And then, what specific step am I going to take in the next 30 days? And be very honest with yourself. Don't say things that you would not, don't write things you would not do. What specific step are you going to take? If you want to travel, maybe you need to decide what country you want to travel to. Maybe you need to go to their website and even see what the visa requirements are. If that's all you do in the next 30 days, and that's okay for you, that's great. But what specific step are you going to take in the next 30 days to achieve that goal? Are you going to get that gym membership in the next 30 days? What's the specific thing that you will do in the next 30 days to allow you get there? So for each of them, and we'll spend not more than 5 minutes on this. All right, 30 seconds, please. Try to be really specific with the step you'll take, please. Okay, so one of the last things we're going to do before we wrap this up and is sometime last year or the year before actually, I started to do this thing where I have a word for the year. And that word for the year is almost like the ultimate slogan that you defer to when your goals are falling apart, when all the things that tend to overtake you, procrastination, lethargy, everything, you go back to that word and it's your slogan. It's almost like a touchstone for you. Someone said the equivalent of HAS was do it afraid. So what's that word for you? And it should embody your intentions for the year. Maybe what we need, some of us need more audacity. So maybe that's the word. But what is that for you? What is that word that embodies your ambitions for the year? We need to write it down. We need to write it down. And it's not something we just do lightheartedly. It's something, it's a commitment that we're making to ourselves with that word. That when we feel like procrastinating, when we're too afraid, we go and do it afraid. We look back at that word, Some people, their word of the year is YOLO, whether they know it or not, because they just keep making bad decisions successively and like they're competing with someone. So maybe that's your word, but I hope it's not. So what's a word that embodies all your intentions, all your lofty intentions for 2025 that you're going to hold yourself accountable to? Okay, are we done? Are we done writing our word for the year? All right. So the very final thing that we're going to do, don't worry, there's no money inside the envelope, so stop looking like... But one final thing we're going to do to wrap this session up completely is we are going to write a note to ourselves next year. When we come back next year for our vision boarding session, we'll start with opening these notes and reading them. So the content of the note is a letter to yourself in January 2026, telling that version of yourself everything you're going to do this year and who you're going to show up as this year on behalf of that person. So when that person opens it, they feel a little sense of pride because the person from 1 year before committed to these actions and followed through with them, and they are happy as a result. So write a letter to yourself in January 2026 that you will read, and so you'll confront. So don't whine yourself with these, with these letters. Be very honest. Be very honest. What are you going to do? Who are you going to show up as this year? What archetype are you going to represent? So it's a cute love letter. The 234 finance team would hold on to these letters. So we have sealable envelopes. They'll hold on to these letters. When we come next year, you'll start by opening it and reading it. Write it now. Right now. Yes. Yes, you are submitting it. Oh, you didn't know. Yes, so write your names on the envelope. Your full name, please, on the envelope. Even if you migrate out of the country, we'll get the letter to you. Don't worry. Fear not. So write your name on the envelope so we know who it is. So the content of the letter is you're writing a note to yourself in January 2026, telling that person who you're going to show up as this year and what you're going to do, the decisions you're going to make. Then when you open that letter next year, you'll see yourself for who you are, and then you'll compare that to all the things that you did. So, what? Yes, that's what the paper is for. We gave you paper and an envelope. So, what? No, right? It doesn't need to be much. A few sentences, if that's your vibe. There are some people who don't have papers. Yeah. Oh, our lovely people in, virtually, please participate in this exercise. So the mandate is to write a note to yourself next year that you're going to, that you're going to. No, you can't. Please write it here. Very important. Please. So, who are you going to show up as this year? What commitment are you making to yourself? And we would read this letter in January 2026. So please write it and, seal it. So no, please, we can't write it at home. Without procrastination, let's start fighting it from here. Let's do it here. There's no requirement for length, whatever you want to read from yourself next year. It's up to you. If you're done writing, you can just put it in the envelope and seal it and then wave. We'll have to figure out a way, but they are writing it too. Maybe they'll keep it, but we'll find a way to logistically make it work.
Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon once again.
Oh, hey, Ruth. Yes, we can hear you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I wanted to share about my decision before you move to the. I don't know if I can still go ahead and do that.
Okay, so once we are done writing this, I'll definitely love to hear from you. So we'll take one from you before we move forward. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So once everyone is done writing, all right. Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you.
So if you're done writing, just put it in the envelope, seal the envelope. Yep. And just wave and we'll take it from you. Okay. Can you get someone to please help us collect the envelopes? Yeah. Okay. Hello? Do you mind helping us, please, just collect the envelopes from everyone? Don't forget to write your full name on the envelope, first name and last name. There's one here. Please, you can stamp, you can even do your blood thumbprint on it. Okay, Ruth, you can go ahead and share. You wanted to share your some of the decisions you make this year. Please unmute and yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So one of my decisions here is to be able to sell minimum of 5 properties this year in Lekki and in Banana Island.
For context,
And I also want to I want to increase my.
you're a real estate
Hello, what do you say?
salesperson.
Yes, the real estate. I want to be able to sell minimum of 5 properties. Then in my event business, I want to be able to increase the my rental stuff, my rental items. I want to have beautiful and luxury items in my business to be able to achieve that. So, and those are my priority. Those are my decisions. That's what I really want to have this year. And also to be able to give value. I want to be able to give value to the society. So what could be my challenges? My challenges is that I need to network more. I need to go out more. I don't like going out. I don't like meeting people. I don't like mixing up. I prefer to do everything online. I don't think it will be good for a business person. Even if I can make my hair online, I wouldn't mind. So that is just my personality. I don't like going out. I don't like going out. I don't like mixing up like that. So then I need to be bold. I need to be bold. I need to have that spirit. I'm the type that I normally have big vision. I can have I can be so creative in my mind, but I won't be able to carry it out. At the end of the day, I'll feel like, what if they say no? What if I didn't do it well? That kind of spirit. I know that those are my challenges. Those are the things that might not help me to be able to achieve my goal, my decision, my dream for this year 2025. Like that woman said, that Elijah, about our relationship, our marriage. I also have something like that that affected me. So because of that, I am afraid to go out. I'm afraid to speak because you don't want society to start mocking you. There's a tag on someone who has a broken home. There's this tag, there's this, I don't know how to put it, so you want to be secluded. You just want to be yourself so that you don't get depressed more than what you are already. You try to separate yourself from people, and a lot of people don't understand that part in someone's life. They just think, oh, she just being bullied, or she just doesn't like to. Though I know I'm not the type that makes friends easily, but that has added to that, and it has really, really affected me. So I feel like, oh, I'm being rejected everywhere. So there's no way I can take any step forward and I will be accepted. Those are my challenges, those are my fear that maybe that has been drawing me back, because I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be in my business. I'm not where I'm supposed to be at all. I should have moved more than this, but these are my strong obstacles. Let me use that word, that has been drawing me back, that might not allow me to achieve and to be where I want to be. So, and another one is starting and giving up. If I start something, I don't know how to be consistent in doing it. I can quickly give up if I don't have anyone that is, being on my neck, pushing me, pinching me. I feel like I can't do it to be on my neck. I've been the one pushing myself. I don't have that kind of people around me that will, that will carry your matter on your head and feel like you have to succeed, you have to do it. I don't have such people in my life. So I feel like, oh, nobody is looking at me, Jerry. Nobody is even appreciating what I'm doing. Let me just let it go. So those are the things that seriously that I lack. I don't have good people around me. So I don't know how I can overcome that fear, the fear of rejection, the fear of I'm not good enough, the fear of afraid to go out, afraid to meet people networking, so that, I don't know how to, I don't know. I don't know how to. I just think if there's a way you can help me out. Thank you.
Ruth, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing very vulnerably and also very generously with us. Everything you mentioned is almost like an equation, where things keep kind of canceling each other out. And, there's a logical way out in some sense, because, one of the top goals you have as a real estate salesperson is to sell 5 properties in highbrow areas. And to do that, you need to network. But to network, you need to go out, which you really hate to do. And at the same time, you also need people around you to keep you accountable to meet your goals. Social anxiety is very normal. Way more people than you think actually experience what you do, to varying degrees, I would say. But it's one of those things where you really have to bite the bullet. Maybe start small. One thing is maybe join us in person versus virtually, for example. But there has to be an element of you, putting some skin in the game, and even just hearing you share, like you're someone who I think is going to be endearing to very many people because of how generously and how openly you share. So I want to encourage you to do that more. Go to very small social gatherings. I wouldn't make you want to run away immediately. Have it as a personal goal to chat with one stranger every week. And then maybe at some point it'll become every 3 days, every day. Someone who you don't know, strike up conversation. You're in the queue at an ATM with them. Just say something to them. These are all the tiny things that we do to build that muscle. And especially because for you, a lot of your success professionally is hinged on your ability to do that. It is a skill you will just have to develop. Use YouTube. Learn how to get good at talking to, there's quite a number of resources available. You being reclusive, that's not your identity. That's a tendency you have, but it's not who you are. It's not your identity. And tendencies can be overcome, and we can rewrite tendencies and install new ones. So I wish you all the best and all the success in the world, Ruth. Thank you for sharing again. Yes. Yeah, someone wants to say something to that? Okay.
My name is Jennifer, right? Ruth, hello Ruth. I was that Hajia that spoke the other time. One of the things that happens when you're in a bad relationship, or the things that you mentioned you don't like going out, is usually depression. Now, people say I'm depressed when they're sad, but depression is actually an ailment that you need help for. You not wanting to mix with people, you not wanting to go out is one of the major signs. So I will seriously recommend that you seek for therapy. How the general, okay, I don't know where you live, but there's actually government help where you can seek therapy and they will take care of whatever that is happening. But I need to tell you that more people actually have some sort of depression than they realize. I had severe depressive episodes of major depression, which was diagnosed in 2020. And as at that time, I was weighing 38 kg. I was running a business. I looked horrible. I was extremely thin. But today, I'm about 60 kg. I'm healthy. I'm not cured, but I'm healing. And this happened because I sought help. In fact, when I went to the hospital, they said they have never seen anybody come into the hospital themselves. And that is a chance you need to give yourself. I'm assuming that you have children. For any other reason, you need to be that person for your children. You need to survive for them. If you need to leave the relationship, don't care about what people say. I mean, a lot of people have said all sorts of things about me, but it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, it is more about you and the people that need to take healing, especially your children. You can't afford to be in a bad marriage and they are open to toxicity and they will have that expectation of themselves when they get married too. So you need to be that strong woman. My 10-year-old daughter told me recently, she said, "Mommy, you are a very strong woman. I just want to be like you." And then she said, no, I don't want to be like you. I want to be better than you. And you can only have children who want to be better when you are better. So please, if there's a need to seek help, if there's a way I can contact you, I can lead you to people who could help you with therapy, which will help you encourage yourself to leave a toxic marriage. Marriage is beautiful, but when it starts affecting your mental health, being your business, then there might be a need to move. Prayer is not all that solves issue. Pray, but please seek help.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are we all done writing? Yeah. And please, if there's a way we can connect both of them, please talk to the team so that facilitation happens. Okay, what's up? Fantastic. So you both should connect. All right, I assume everyone is done writing. Please don't forget to write your names on the envelopes and turn them in. Please remember to seal the envelopes. Are you done? All right, I can take it from you. You're welcome. Okay, yeah, I see it. Oh, you didn't? You didn't get one? Please give her an envelope. Wow. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Thanks, man. Okay. We're almost all done, but thank you so much for. All right, sorry. I just need your attention for 30 seconds. Thank you all so much for your very open participation. Thank you for who you were for each other. We're starting to see bonds form a little bit more strongly. I hope we remember all the reasons why we came here today. I hope that I'm waiting for the ladies in front too. All right. I hope that we remember everything, all the commitments we made to ourselves today. One of the things, and I meet with young people and people, thousands of them every month, and we don't realize that our life is a project. We don't realize that our life is a moral project. And the coherence and purpose that it needs can only be instilled in it by us. Sometimes it feels like we're waiting for external circumstances to align, for the government to get right, for our family to get okay, for all those things to happen to us. But nothing is going to happen to us that we don't set in motion. So it's our responsibility. It's all on us. And if we execute this moral project that is our lives well, by doing everything we commit to ourselves that we're going to do, then hopefully we can do that for people around us. And hopefully at some point we can be reasonable participants in shaping the trajectory of our society and our generation. I wish you all the success in the world, and God bless you.